Something very nice about a cigarillo. It really is so much nicer than inhaling all the way into your lungs, as tobacco was meant to be smoked, they say. The Indians didn't smoke tobacco into their lungs, they smoked it um, cigar style. That's very nice, actually. It's a very beautiful evening. I did not cave to interneting this evening. Instead, I was in the little woods nearby, trying to commune and succeeding in a variety of levels with the um, nature, you know. And I thought of how the sort of burn I feel so very often is something that really has to be nursed, as everybody's burn should be, I believe. Because fire is, it is said, the only element which consumes even itself. Water cannot consume itself, fire cannot, etc. But this sort of segues me nicely into what thought I had there in the woods, and it is to do with um, compassion and love, Gaza, empathy, all of these things. It is said that compassion and love you cannot will yourself into. You really cannot. It's just a matter of earning it with time or what have you. You can be kind. That's your only shot. You can be kind. That's your only shot at impacting the world. But compassion and love, not so much. And I think I can say from experience that I have very rarely empathized with things that groups empathized with. If I was told to empathize with such and such for falling over, or for this and that victim of a war, or for this and that person who went hungry, I just didn't do it per automation, because I always felt that even before I knew how to talk, that this is something that was imposed on me. I felt like, oh, you are telling me to feel compassion right now. And I just immediately said, no, I'm not going to do that. And I just didn't do it. And I, of course, had mental and conscience qualms about this. But to this day, I'm like, it's very nice, actually. So nice. I really recommend to people who want to reevaluate their snoozing or their cigarette smoking, because this gives you, I mean, it doesn't give you the full satisfaction of the cigarette, but it gives you a lot of satisfaction. um, so compassion is something that if you impose it on yourself, I feel you amp the fire again, but you amp the fire in a sort of way where it sort of mobilizes the swamps of your grief. So you have this water that's congealed into a damp swamp or what have you. And compassion is where you pull on the energy of that swamp. If you've seen those images where they stick these pipes into swamps to extract gases for combustion engines, I believe. It's very interesting. So you just stick a pipe into, and you get the combustion, you know, gas. And that's what compassion that is forced or imposed feels like. This is why I am fine with my friends and what have you. Um, mm, uh, Posting about such and such, war this, war that. I mean, everybody's got their process, but I have my process, and my process is have compassion for your ego, because every time you have compassion for what is out there, and you say, "Cry you me a river, my heart be bleeding," first thing that happens, I believe, is your ego says, "Well, what about fucking compassion for me?" You should treat your ego like an African queen whose language you do not speak. Okay? Is my feeling. People are hired assassins for their egos. It's, does it work? I don't, we'll see. I don't think it works. The only way to grow out of the ego is to become the ego. The bitter taste of tobacco, coincidentally, is something that drains systems. So the bitter taste activates the fire system, activates the heart system of any system. So it purges it, incidentally. Um, so when you say a person is bitter, that person is in the midst of actually draining the water, the emotional waters, if you will, from their system. Um, and I believe this is why people do drink a lot of coffee and cigarettes, among other things. It's not just, oh, they're addicted, there's something deeper happening. When this guy was about to do ayahuasca, the shamans put him in a hut for a long time, many days, and he just had to smoke this. What was the name? Mapacho, a cigarette. But he didn't inhale it. He just smoked it. That's because that drains it. People underestimate how much taste is already having ingested something. So as soon as you taste something, you've created a reaction in your system. When you smell something, this is why COVID was extra dangerous, right? I disbelieve that COVID was anything but all that and such and such. But like, the loss of smell prevents you from actually being informed of important things that are happening. Taste is not just decoration. I mean, everything is decoration except the great, but um, taste is a function. So taste is the first instance of digestion, and they've noticed even now in the West that the bitter taste activates um, what is it, bile secretions and such via nerves, not digestive tract. And of course, the ancients knew this, as they did with everything for years and years and years. I believe summer started today. I do believe that. I do believe that summer started today. There's only one thing that feels unfair about life right now, and it's that when you blow, trying to smoke by the window, and you blow the smoke out of the window, but it goes right back in. That's it's not unfair, but you know what I mean. Good night, happy summer to whoever's out there listening. Okay, because I don't know what's going on and I don't know what life is, but I do feel that the fabric of time and space is more pliant because of the air element of Aquarius, which we are entering into. Time and space are more pliant. We can use this. I do believe that each man is a cosmos unto himself or herself. And I do believe that the earth is not what we think. And separation is not what we think. And hedgehogs are certainly not what we think.